Good morning and Shavua Tov from the Galilee in Israel. We just completed a beautiful Shabbat in the holy city of Tzfat. This week's Torah portion contains the most important commandment in the entire Torah. V'ahavta l'reacha kamocha, love your neighbor as yourself. But the verse doesn't end there. There's two more words. Ani Hashem, I am God. And the Medrash asks, what's the connection between the commandment to love your neighbor as yourself and I am God? And our rabbis in the Medrash say there was once two best friends. And one was traveling and visiting his friend in another country when he was accused of some terrible crime, trumped up charges. And he was sentenced to death. And so he said to the king, do me a favor, let me just go back and say goodbye to my wife and kids. The king said, of course I will not let you go because you'll never return to be hanged. So he said to the king, I have a best friend here. He'll sit in for me. If I don't return, he'll be hanged. The king said, that's crazy. I never heard of a friend that will sit in for his friend and take his place in case he doesn't return to be hanged in his place. If you have such a friend, let him come. I'll accept that offer. So sure enough, the friend appears and says, I'll take his place. The friend goes off to say goodbye to his family. The day of he's intended to return arrives. And sure enough, he doesn't show up. And the king says to the friend, you see, you were a fool. You trusted your friend. Now you're going to be hanged in his place. And as they were preparing to hang him, suddenly they hear screaming from the back of the crowd. As the friend is rushing, saying, I'm here. I was delayed. My ship was delayed, but I am here. And he runs up to the hangman and says, you have the wrong person. I'm the one that's meant to be killed. And the friend who already had his noose around his neck said, no. He was supposed to be here at this time, at this day. He wasn't here. I will be hanged in his place. And the two friends start arguing who should get to live. Each one saying the other one should live. The king steps forward and says, I've never seen such friends like this in my life. I'll let you both live on one condition. Just include me in your friendship. So too says the Midrash, when two Jews love each other, God says, I want to be a party to that relationship. Ani Hashem, I want to be a part of that friendship. We are now in a winery. When we come to a winery, we say L'chaim. The word L'chaim has two yuds in the middle, which is God's name. But it's also two yuds. A yud is a yid. Two Jews standing side by side. Not one up, one down, one distant from the other, but side by side. That's the way we say L'chaim. And that's what the name of God is spelled with two yuds comprising God's name. And that's the takeaway message from this trip. We're leaving tonight from Ben Gurion Airport. Unfortunately, there was another attack today. A Houthi missile landed in the Ben Gurion Airport area, perimeter. Thank God nobody was killed. But our enemies want to kill us. What is our strength? Our strength is God's protection, miraculously. And the two yuds, the two Jews, the 8 million Jews in this country standing side by side, loving each other, supporting each other. And this is what we've seen throughout this trip. Every day we've seen the unity, the love, the sacrifices that one Jew is willing to make for another, the unbreakable bond of the Jewish people worldwide. And that's why God resides here, because the love and the unity is unparalleled. When we were driving up to the city of Tzfat, right before Shabbat, an hour before Shabbat, our bus broke down 10 minutes out of Tzfat. And we knew we would be okay because we're in Israel. And sure enough, half hour later, a bus driver from Tzfat got a call that there was a group of people from Palm Beach stranded. He jumped onto his bus. He left his family that was getting ready for Shabbat, came down, picked us all up. We put all our luggage on the bus and brought us to our hotel. We arrived 6:55 when it was time to light candles. And all we had was the 18-minute window from candle lighting to Shabbat to rush into our rooms, get ready, and go out and greet Shabbat. But instead of it being a situation that was something that dampened our spirits, it invigorated our spirits. Because once again, we saw the love and the unity of the Jewish people and how we're all there for one another. And therefore, we had a joyous Shabbat. And sure enough, the whole Shabbat was a spirit of unity and love. And that's the feeling you take home when you go to Israel, that we are part of a strong, unbreakable nation with resilience and courage and bravery. And on top of it all, the most important thing, love for one another. Wishing everyone a great week. Shavua Tov. And if you can come to Israel, there's no greater gift you can give yourself and the people of Israel. Shavua Tov.